What's up, guys? Welcome back to Tech Tuesday.
It's only 79 days till Christmas.
Ooh.
Tick-tock. That's the day we all celebrate the immaculate birth of the baby Jesus.
No, we don't.
But more importantly, it's only 51 days until Black Friday, the day that we abandon our family Thanksgiving dinners to go stand outside in the cold, waiting to spend our cold hard cash on some bullshit.
Yep. With those two high holidays just around the corner, all the big tech companies have been rolling out new products. And just in the past few weeks, Apple, Google, and Samsung have held big events to unveil those must-have products.
Today was Microsoft's turn to bat. And before the event even began, Microsoft let attendees know just how cutting edge their new product line is by handing out these stickers featuring Ninja Cat riding Doge with Comic Sans phrases all around it like much devices, so game streaming, wow hologram, much Cortana, and so on.
Thanks, Dad. Thankfully though, what they showed off wasn't straight out of 2013 because this year is all about convertible tablets like the iPad Pro and the Chromebook Pixel. And Microsoft reaffirmed that, hey, we started this fucking trend, assholes, by showing off two new Surface tablets.
So the Surface Pro 4 has a larger screen than the previous generation with 12.3 inches, but without making the actual device any larger. It's just a better use of screen real estate. In fact, it's also thinner, and they're saying that it's 30% faster than the Surface Pro 3 and 50% faster than the MacBook Air, presumably the lowest model MacBook Air.
Oh, but they're still telling the truth, kind of.
Probably.
It's got up to 16 gigs of RAM and up to a terabyte of storage, and the new keyboard cover sports a larger trackpad and better spaced keys while being thinner than the last generation. The new keyboard also works with the Surface Pro 3, so if you just want a new keyboard, there you go.
Yeah, that's an upgrade. There's also a new stylus pen with 4 times the pressure sensitivity of the last generation, and an eraser. Where's your eraser, Apple?
Yeah.
It's also got a bunch of interchangeable tips that change how the pen feels. It can feel like a pencil or a paintbrush or whatever. So for digital artists, the Surface Pro 4 seems to offer a lot more than the iPad Pro, since you'll actually have access to full desktop versions of your favorite drawing apps of choice, as well as just more options for how the stylus feels.
Yeah. The Surface Pro 4 starts at about $899 for 128 gigs of storage, 4 gigs of RAM, and an Intel Core M3 processor. But if you want to max it out with the whole 1 terabytes of storage thing and the whole 16 gigabytes of RAM thing and an Intel Core i7 processor, hold your breath because this is going to cost you $2,699.
I think I'll just keep a gold brick in my laptop
Yeah, all the time.
But the real shocker from the event came in the form of Microsoft's other Surface, the new Surface Book, which is aiming to be a true laptop replacement without any of the compromises of the normal Surface.
It's got a 13.5-inch screen with a 3000 by 2000 resolution and a keyboard dock that's not just a keyboard cover like the Surface Pro. It's a straight-up laptop quality keyboard with keys and a trackpad that feel pretty much the same as the MacBook Air. And it looks to be positioning itself as a direct competitor to the MacBook Pro. When it's attached, this thing looks and feels like a laptop, not a tablet.
Microsoft's making some pretty big claims about how powerful this thing is, especially the model that comes with the discrete graphics processor unit, but of course that comes at a very hefty price. The base model with 128 gigs of storage, 8 gigs of RAM, and an i5 processor is gonna cost $1499. The maxed out model with 512 gigs of storage, 16 gigs of RAM, and an i7 processor, and an NVIDIA GPU is gonna be $2699.
So for the typical consumer out there, just stick to a normal tablet at around $600 to $800.
Well, the ones with the GPU, they're like, you can play games on it. I'm like, sure, okay.
Everyone's playing Candy Crush on this $2,700 Microsoft Surface Pad. It's great.
Sure.
Yeah. Now in other hardware news, Microsoft showed off their next generation of their band wearable, which is still mostly trying to be a fitness wearable, but now boasts more smartwatch features as well. It also just looks like a lot less of a shitty version than the first generation with a new curved display, and it's gonna cost you $250.
Pass.
But there's so many options out there.
Yeah, it's
So,
not.
this
looks really good if you just are constantly working out in a variety of different ways.
Yeah.
If you wake up, you go for a jog, and then you go for a bike, and then you play some golf. It'll track your golf
some
swings.
rowing, yeah.
Yeah. All those types of workouts, and maybe you have a heart condition that you need to monitor.
Bro, you're doing your push-ups
24/7.
wrong. Correct your form.
Yeah. Other than that, nope. Too expensive and not very functional. Then they also unveiled the new Lumia phones, which are sure to excite the dozens and dozens of Windows Phone fans out there.
Phil?
Yeah, he's
Phil's
not
not in here. Okay.
He's out buying his new Lumia phone.
Yeah, he said, bing, 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 let me in. I'm here for the Lumia phone.
I mean, they are now running Windows 10 on these phones, though, which is pretty cool, because now, if you buy their display dock, you can hook your Lumia up to a screen and keyboard and use it as just a really fucking shitty desktop computer.
Who's using all this?
I don't know.
But now, the coolest moment of the whole event came in the form of a new HoloLens demo showing off a game called Project X-Ray that they're calling a, quote, mixed reality game because it combines your actual surroundings with digital enemies that you shoot with holographic weapons that attach to your arm. It looks cool.
It looks really fucking awesome, especially since the whole thing is contained within the HoloLens itself. There's no wires, no cords, you don't need to connect a phone or a PC to it. It's all up here. Of course, now this is still just a tech demo. We have absolutely no idea how cool the final product will be when it drops probably years down the line, but Microsoft did say that they'll be selling HoloLens dev kits in early 2016 for $3,000. They're accepting applications today.
Yeah, get your application in. You have to do a credit application and then a regular application, and then you have to put your home on the line. You have to do a new mortgage on your home.
We're not just gonna give this shit away. It's the fucking HoloLens.
Refinance your car. Then you can fight off demons in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Now, just for reference, the Oculus started shipping its first Rift Dev kit 3 years ago, and the consumer version still isn't coming out until 2016, but, you know, whatever. It's probably safe to assume that a consumer HoloLens is not going to be shipping in the very near future.
No, not at all.
No.
This is still very far away, and it probably sucks. They haven't really let anyone use it except for, like, very controlled tests, and they said, like, your field of view sucks, there's lag. It's gonna be a long time before this thing is actually as cool as they make it seem in these presentations.
Yeah, just talk to anyone that ever bought the Google Glass about their investment, and then you'll see whether or not you should spend $3,000 on this.
In the meantime, though, there's a VR solution that's out now. It only costs $30. Remember Mattel's Viewmaster?
I sure do.
Well, thanks to Google, it's back for a new generation, and it's basically a really sturdy Google Cardboard for kids.
Oh, great. Like the original, different, quote, experience packs offer different things to look at and are centered around different themes like space and wildlife and faraway destinations. It's not a huge leap forward for VR, but it's a pretty significant jump for Cardboard. Now that there's a consumer and kid-friendly entry point for it available in places like Walmart and Toys R Us, it's bound to be big.
Yeah, they got brands involved. This is a good step.
Now, is it moving pictures or is it literally just the same?
So you get these little discs that look like the old things, but you put them on the table and it's sort of like an amiibo thing where you see things sprout from it, and then you can go into it and you do, there's a whole variety of like different applications.
Can you shoot at it with things on your arm though?
No.
Oh, well that's where the extra $2,970 went. Anyways, it wouldn't be Tech Tuesday if we didn't talk about something Amazon did this week that was either confusing or just plain stupid. And this week it was their very passive-aggressive decision to stop selling Apple TV and Google Chromecast devices in their online store. Please make sense of this.
So their reasoning for it is that they only want to sell video streaming devices that fully support using Amazon Prime Video, which Apple and Google's devices don't.
Isn't that their job to develop?
But let's be real, the actual reason is that they want to sell more of their Fire TV devices and don't want their direct competitors stealing their business, even if that actually means that Amazon themselves will lose business by banning those products from their stores.
Yeah, pretty much every industry analyst that Bloomberg Business talked to seemed to think that this was really dumb for Amazon to do. One analyst said, "This has the potential to hurt Amazon as much as it does Apple and Google. As a retailer, I want to give people a reason to come to me. When I take out best-selling brands, I take away those reasons."
Huh. Another analyst said Amazon is, quote, sending the wrong signal to consumers and that their explanation for it is, quote, especially weak. He continued, fewer than 20% of Amazon customers are Prime members. What about the 80% who want an Apple TV to stream Netflix? I think that the excuse of avoiding customer confusion is a not-so-veiled attempt to favor Amazon first-party products over third-party products and think it was a bad move.
Huh. Man, our phone failed miserably. Probably because we sell a bunch of
ban
other
everyone
phones.
else's phones.
So we should learn from that.
Oh, you're looking for an iPhone? Have you looked at the Amazon Fire phone?
Yeah, it's got the 3D thing. It's $3,000.
No apps. Yeah. You tired of apps taking up all the space?
I'm pretty sure that you can just, if you ask Amazon for one of those right now, you can probably get one for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tweet at Amazon.
Yeah.
Just, hey, can I get a phone?
Yeah, I know you're not doing anything with them. But in other bizarre Amazon news, they're rolling out a new program in their hometown of Seattle called Amazon Flex. And it's basically Uber, but for delivering Amazon packages. Meaning, as long as you have a car, a phone, and pass a background check, you can basically freelance as an Amazon delivery driver for $18 to $25 an hour.
How could this possibly go wrong?
Well, this is for Prime Now. This is how you can get your packages in 1 hour.
Anyway, they're looking to expand to other major US cities eventually as well, so hopefully you're totally cool with your valuables being delivered to you by just some random person in a Honda Civic that filled out a form and got approved to be an Amazon driver.
I have no problem with this.
I don't
If my package got destroyed, I would immediately just talk to Amazon and get it replaced. And I think that it's a lot more safe than driving around mysterious drunk strangers in the middle of the night for Uber and Lyft drivers. And vice versa.
I don't know. Well, it's not coming to California anytime soon.
You ship your kid into Amazon things. Just have someone pick them up, straight over to the house.
That's highly
Don't gotta pick them up from the airport.
Poke a couple holes.
Yeah, just get the Prime account.
Anyway, finally, I guess we should probably talk about this new People app that promises to basically be Yelp, but for people, and let people write reviews about other people. But I guess we might have missed the boat on this because it appears that the whole thing got so much initial backlash from the public that it might not even be happening anymore.
Yeah, set aside the fact that a company actually did this like 3 years ago, and it landed with a giant thud instead of a splash, and was basically defunded and fell off the face of the earth. So, not gonna happen. The public's reaction to the news of this app was, not surprisingly at all, that this would lead to bullying and invasion of privacy, and also that the whole thing sounded dystopian and creepy as fuck. And it's really just a dumb idea that only sounds like it would appeal to catty middle school girls, even though the app's terms of service would ban anyone under 21.
Yeah, so there goes your audience.
Yeah.
Well, now People's website as well as all of its social media accounts have gone dark. Though the CEO is insisting that they're moving forward with the app as planned and that the media's got it all wrong. And, I'm being bullied right now, like I'm being bullied. And this is a positive only app. Whatever the fuck that means. This is gonna just dead on arrival.
There was a thing too that came out that they were talking about their product a couple months ago, and they were like, well, of course we would have to have features that can rate people badly. What would the app be like without that? But they're still saying that it's a positive only app. The whole thing's pointless and confusing, and
they're like, oh,
apparently won't exist anyway.
You have to opt in to being rated. And it's like,
well, who's gonna do that?
Well, and fucking like the only use adults, actual adults and not children would have for this are features that are built into LinkedIn and have been there for years, just like basically like this person knows how to do their job.
Speaking of tech news, LinkedIn has a class action lawsuit for $13 million.
Good, because those emails are annoying.
Yeah, they spam you too much. So if you have gotten spammed by LinkedIn in I think the past like 2-3 years, just Google search the class action lawsuit. You can probably get
$2.
Yeah, it's something like $2. Have you ever done a class action before?
It's terrible.
I did one for Red Bull and it was like, here's $5. Great. I mean, it's $5. You can't say no to $5.
Go buy a new Red Bull.
Anyways, we did another list recently, and it was for the best modern horror movies. This is movies from 2005 to now, not as far back as forever. So go leave your comments in there because we're apparently wrong a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the fun part, is learning what you guys think. And also we have a new podcast up with Kill the Noise, who was amazing to join us. That's Elliot's impersonation.
It's a bad impersonation.
We also have a new news dump, so check that out too.
Yeah.
Bye guys.